Good morning, Kitchen Witches. Today is Monday, July 20th, and this is your tarot and menu inspiration for the day. I'm Chef Lisa, editor-in-chief of A Chef's Grimoire magazine, and this is going to be our card. Let's shuffle and find out what it is. It's Monday. What will Monday bring? Good shuffle. All right. Ready? The Two of Swords. Well, it's a minor arcana. 2 is, in major arcana, the High Priestess. And interestingly enough, even though this character in the Two of Swords has a blindfold on, they're sitting very similar to our High Priestess, right? The High Priestess is number 2 in the major arcana. So the High Priestess's energy is in this card. And this card is also depicted with a lot of water, and water is emotions. It's nighttime, right? So it's also a blue sky. Blue is the color of emotions, right? It's predominantly, when drawn, blue represents cups, which is our emotions or emotion element, right? Right, so the crescent moon is in the distance, so that's all subconscious, right? Energy, or again, going with the water, and water is very connected to the tides coming in, going out, which these, the water behind this individual looks like it's illuminated by the moon, and probably at, I would think, low tide, but some of it is seeping in, so it could be coming to high tide where she's sitting. So all of that, but it's very subconscious. That's the meaning of all of this, right? And so the woman is depicted sitting on a stone bench, blindfolded, holding up 2 swords in either direction, crossing herself with both of the swords, right? Her arms are crossed, holding swords to her left and to her right. And seated, when individuals or archetypes are seated in the tarot, it usually means that they are confident with their ruling with their rule, right? With themselves in how they're conducting business. Sitting is submissive. Standing is large and in charge. So again, sitting, she's seated. So she's in a contemplative state, right? Maybe there's a very tough decision that needs to be made, and the blindfold could mean that she can't see what the answer is, or she put the blindfold on so that she can tap into her subconscious or her higher self or the High Priestess or the higher realms in order to get downloads, to get the information that she's missing in order to make an educated decision. So this is minor arcana, but it holds a lot of heavy major arcana influence in it because of the High Priestess. So when you bring it into your day, it's Monday, so maybe you're gonna get, I hate to say this, but maybe today you'll get that phone call or get that email that's gonna ask you for a decision right there and then on the spot, and you're gonna be like, I don't have all the answers to make that decision. And that decision is going to affect not only me, the company, the people that are employed in the company. I mean, it could be a heavy weighing decision you need to make. So you're going to be in a Two of Swords state, because swords are about our mental capacity, right? Our mental thoughts. And part of the decision may require a little emotion or a little compassion, right? So now you're blending elements. And what is the next tangible step? What is the thing that is lighting your fire towards deciding this way versus that way, right? So that's how we bring it into our day. If you have Two of Swords energy today, maybe the decision is not to do anything, right? Maybe it's just wait it out and see what happens. But most times when you get this card, it means a decision does need to be made. You just need to tap into or find the missing answers that seal the deal for you to say yes or no, or to make the decision. So when we bring this card into the kitchen, my thought is, you don't have to make decisions about what's for dinner. Just pick a cuisine, right? Pick a cuisine and let the cuisine give the answer to you. So what do you feel like? I don't know, Italian. Okay, so now you've got a plethora of choices, right? You got pizza, you got pasta, you got fish, you've got ossobuco. You've got choices with that cuisine. So that's what I'm saying. Don't make heavy itty bitty choices, just make the ones that matter, which is what cuisine are we having tonight? And then you get a little inspiration, right? So for instance, if we're doing breakfast is flatbread. Well, flatbread, the cuisine choice is vast, because almost every country in the world. Does American have flatbread? Sure, why not? Every country in the world has a flatbread, right? Called different things. In India, it's naan. In Mediterranean, it's pita. Here, it's like Johnny cakes, maybe. I don't know. Here, meaning America. But, right? So you've got choices. In Mexico, it's tortilla. So just pick the cuisine. And then from there, the answers will come to you, right? I want to do my flatbread for breakfast. I have pita on the counter. There you go. So now you're going to make a Mediterranean pita wrap, right? With some eggs, little Mediterranean peppers, bell peppers, and onion, and red onion, and all the vegetables, right? There probably wouldn't be any meat in there. And then add some feta cheese, right? Gorgeous. And you've just made a great breakfast, and all you did was pick the cuisine. You didn't have to do anything else. So, yeah. Or maybe I have leftover taco meat in the fridge, and I still have tortillas left. Well, maybe I just scramble an egg, put the tortilla meat in there, and do that kind of wrap. Right? You've got Mexican on a tortilla, which is their flatbread, so on and so forth. You could take the naan, you can spread some ground sausage on there, put it under the broiler, and then add, a fun chutney to it, right? A mango chutney. Maybe even put some mango on there, put it under the broiler. It'll all get nice and charred. The meat will cook on top of the bread, and it's like an Indian pizza for breakfast, which is great. So yeah, just pick the cuisine and all the answers will follow from there. Moving on to lunch, rice. Okay, so every country in the world, even us in America, has a rice dish. So now you've got rice, what are you going to do with it? Let's say it's a stir fry. Great. Clean out your fridge, chop up those vegetables, throw it in there, meat or no meat. right? Little soy sauce, done. Or you could make paella, right? Chicken and rice, just zhuzh it up with the Spanish spices, right? Or you could make something Cajun, right? Like a gumbo or a, what's the other one? Etouffee with the rice, yes. So pick the cuisine, all the answers will follow, right? What do you have laying around that fits that cuisine, right? Indian, great. You can make like a basmati rice with currants and nuts and serve that with, I don't know, a curry of some kind, right? Fast curry in a hurry. If you have forethought, throw it in your crock pot and then just make the rice when you get home. Easy. So the cuisine and what you make with that cuisine will follow. Dinner, meatballs. Okay, again, not just Italy. Every country in the world makes a meatball. They're just called different things. In, is it Greek? They're called kaftas, right? Little meatballs, but they're kaftas. You could also, of course, make Italian meatballs. You could make little Mediterranean. We went there, but I mean, anything. Any cuisine in the world will have some kind of meat that they form into either elongated sausage-like that goes on a kebab. You could do those. They're just spiced differently, right? But it's ground meat made into some kind of little ball or sausage type shape. So pick the cuisine, so you can make them little Swedish meatballs. There you go. Thai meatballs, right? So you're adding a little fish sauce, and maybe you make them out of shrimp. So they're not meat at all, but they're still formed into a ball, right? And take those Thai shrimp balls and throw them into some kind of broth to make a soup, right? Easy. Get her done. It's Monday, right? So there you go. Picking a cuisine, and then everything will fill in like the water of the tide. It will all come rushing to you, the answer. So, Two of Swords. Yeah, it's all about making decisions, how we make decisions, and making sure that we have all of the answers, because our decisions matter. They just matter not only for us, but everyone that decision affects. So, one decision I know you can make today is nourishing yourself. And as you nourish yourself, nourish all those around you with your kitchen magic. See you tomorrow.